This is a radiology center, now vacant. I'm actually here shooting this property for my client. But I knew the property was vacant before I showed up, so I had a hunch that it might be fun to shoot on some film. You know how I love shooting vacant offices. So I brought a couple of cameras with me, and I've been walking around looking for compositions. It's got a good liminal space vibe. I think I can get some good liminal space shots. You know, those photos of kind of empty spaces that are bordering on spooky, bordering on a little eerie. I think I might be able to find some of those here. Just bought a new lens for this camera, a 65mm f3.5, and I haven't used it yet. So this would be a good opportunity to put it through its paces, make sure it's functioning properly. And I bought this lens because the last time I used my C220 with my only lens at the time, the 105mm, I enjoyed using it so much that, well, of course, I couldn't just be content that I had a camera I really enjoyed using with the lens that I had for it. I had to go buy more shit for it. Because what am I gonna do? Just enjoy the equipment I currently have? Twin lens cameras are great because they're cheap. You can get an 80mm 2.8 lens for this camera for like $150. That same lens for a Hasselblad will cost you more like $600 or $700. Because you got to pay the whole "this camera went to the moon" tax. You know, it's a challenge sharing these types of photos on YouTube. I was going for dark shadows with very subtle variations in them that look great on my calibrated monitors in my office. But who knows what YouTube's gonna do to them? And I can't control your screen or the ambient light in your environment. I guess what I'm trying to say is if these photos look like crap on your end, it's obviously not my fault. This place is rife with shitty, generic corporate art. Look at this. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's all over the place. For me, a good liminal space shot should trigger just the right amount of agoraphobia in the viewer. They gotta feel like this place is kind of a maze with no clear way out. Careful use of negative space and completely eliminating or at least only hinting at exit routes can help get that across. Some off-putting fluorescent lighting doesn't hurt either. We're trying to make them feel uncomfortable. A good uncomfortable. Ooh. It's really going more for a dark and moody vibe on these, but God, this is too beautiful to pass up. That's great. All right, let's get it. I want those shadows just kissing the lower end of the dynamic range. F16 1/4. Cool. I think 6x6 is a good format for this series. Seeing it through a square somehow further detaches this place from reality. But you know what format would be really fun for shooting some liminal space? This is a weird room. Obviously with some x-ray room. Must have been a massive machine in here. But it looks kind of creepy now. Looks like something from Chernobyl. Got a 6x17 shot framed up with the 90mm, which is just barely wide enough, but it's the widest I got. Oh, the AC is not working in this building because it's vacant, and I'm starting to feel it. What a perfect shade of green on these walls and floors. So sterile, so institutional. Gonna be F20 at 1/4 of a second. Oh shit, I'm looking at the wrong numbers. F20 at 4 seconds, not 1/4. Jeez, good thing I caught that. Okay, F20, 4 seconds becomes 6 seconds. Much of the impact of this shot relies on a bit of mystery. What is this place? Why is there a hole in the ground? What are all these shelves and weird metal tracks for? And where's the effing door? Because I gotta get out of this creepy place. Leaving the viewer to fill in much of the story, I think would usher this from just a photo of a vacant radiology practice into a true liminal space. Not quite reality, not quite imaginary. So I guess I kind of shat all over myself by stripping it of all of its mystery in vivid 4K. But that's okay. Let's turn this into something educational. I want to talk about color balance in this ugly office light. If we look at the negative, you'll notice a very strong cool magenta cast. That means the image is heavy on warm green tones, because that's the opposite of cool magenta. That comes as no surprise considering the lighting. Warm vomit fluorescence. If I'd been shooting reversal film, the only way I could correct for that color cast would be to use color correcting filters on the lens. Because reversal film does indeed have a baked-in color balance. But with print film, it's a simple click of a button and some tweaks to the tone curve. This, by the way, is the point of print film. It's designed to have the color balance adjusted in the scan or darkroom after you take the picture.
This makes the film easy to use in a wide variety of environments by a wide variety of shooters without having to deal with the hassle of color correcting filters. And that's why most print films don't even list their color balance on the box. They're typically daylight balanced, but why label it if it's meant to be corrected later anyway? So next time you hear someone say they prefer a certain film because of its warm tones, remind them that the technician at their lab may have just clicked the plus yellow key a few extra times on the scanner control board. Don't even get me started on Cinestill. Anyway, I like how the shot came out, mystery ruined or not. I think it'll be a fine addition to my ongoing Dead Inside project. As always, thanks for coming along with me on this little journey into the liminal. I do hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.